Namaste, welcome yogis. So thank you for joining me. And as we wait, let's make sure that we have our props that we need for our practice. Have available 2 similarly sized pillows, cushions, rolled up blankets or bolsters if you have them available. We're going to be doing dragonfly. And I'm going to ask us to place bolsters or cushions or rolled up towels underneath our knees. So you want to have 2 that are similarly sized. And I've got bolsters, but I've also got 2 cushions that are the same. So I'll be able to use those. And blankets as usual for your cushion, for your seat, or for your head, or for your knees. We will be lying down on our front today, so if you want to pad your mat with a blanket, I invite you to do that, so that your blanket acts as a sort of a mattress cover almost. As we prepare for the start of our practice, come into your Sukhasana, your easy pose, easy seat. We're continuing with the 5 elements theory, and this is fire, part 2. So we're building on our previous practice. Let's close our eyes or take a soft gaze, softening your drishti. Tune into your breath, the natural pace, depth of your breath. Notice how the breath flows through your body. The breath is one of the forces of chi or prana. The other sources of energy, your food, sunlight, water. Part of your survival kit, the sources of energy that we absorb, assimilate, consume. And this energy becomes like electrical vibrations through our body. It is that zest for life, the spark of life that we have within us. Chi or prana is more than our breath. Breath is one example of it. And we want to encourage this flow of breath to be effortless, smooth, flow with ease, flow freely. And as chi flows freely through our body, pran, so chi is the Chinese word, pran is the Sanskrit word. They describe something very similar. We allow this energy to flow freely in order to reach optimum health. Three more breaths wherever you are. And then take a full breath in through your nose, out through open mouth to release. Bring your hands together at the heart. And let's press your thumbs against the sternum so that there's a strong connection between your thumbs and your sternum, the breastbone. The element of fire is connected to the heart meridian, the pericardium, the triple heater, and small intestine. Let's take a full breath in to prepare for Om. Inhaling. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Hands to your eyebrow center. Namaste and welcome, yogis. So let's start with some body tapping. And as we're working with very specific meridians connected to the heart, which is the seat of the element of fire, the small intestine, pericardium and triple heater. So we're going to start by tapping. So let's start by tapping at our armpit. So this is where, and remember you can bring your fingers into a soft knuckle, so that a soft sort of fist, so that you're padding with your, tapping with your knuckles at the armpit. And this is where the heart meridian starts. We're going to travel along the inside of our arm gently. And as we're tapping, let's connect with Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. Lokaha Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. All the way to your little finger. Heart meridian is connected to joy, bliss. Let's rotate our hand. So now we're tapping on the little finger on the outside, connecting with the small intestine. So the small intestine meridian starts at the little finger and works along the outside of the arm. And it actually ends at the back of the ear. So let's travel all the way along the outside. Lokaha Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. May my thoughts bring me happiness and freedom. Let's tap along the top of the shoulder here for a moment. Before we move to our head, we will move to our head. Let's go back now underneath, so parallel to our chest area. So a little bit lower than the armpit, at the side of our chest. Here we're going to connect with the pericardium. And this starts at the nipple area. And again, it travels along the inside of the arm. And it ends at the middle finger, so that's where we're traveling to. Lokaha Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. May my thoughts contribute to the happiness and freedom of others. Turn over your hand. So now let's go to the ring finger, the outside of the ring finger. We're traveling along the triple heater meridian. And this one ends at the corner of the eye. But let's travel up to the shoulder and we'll come to the head in a moment. So that's one side done. Let's move to the other side. Again, create a gentle fist, starting at the armpit for the heart. And now as you travel down the inside of the arm, the yin pathway, and chant silently to yourself, Lokaha Samastaha Sukhinu Bhavantu. And bring to mind of someone that you love, to whom you wish to extend this sentiment of freedom and happiness. Traveling down to your little finger, then rotate back of the little finger along the outside for the small intestine. And this connects to vitality. Again, thinking of someone that is special and meaningful to you, to whom you wish to extend these feelings of happiness and freedom to. Travel all the way to the shoulder again. Now for the pericardium, again, parallel to your nipple, on the outside of your chest area. Travel up along the armpit, inside of the arm. And now we're heading all the way to the middle finger. So the pericardium, when it's out of balance, can bring low mood, depression. So we want to balance this pericardium if we particularly are feeling low. Let's turn our hand going to the ring finger for the triple heater. The triple heater is connected to kindness and compassion. And now offering the sentiment, Lokaha samasta sukhinu bhavantu, to someone outside of your immediate circle who would benefit from your wishes of happiness and freedom. Again, traveling all the way to the shoulder. So now let's come to the heart space. So again, you can either use your 4 fingers at the sternum here, or you can use your knuckles here. I'm going to use my fingers just for a little bit of gentleness. So tapping on your heart space here for the thymus gland, releasing joy, bliss, compassion. Let's travel up to the clavicle, the collarbone. Lokaha samasta sukhino bhavantu. Now let's extend this sentiment beyond the circle that is known to you, to people outside of your immediate community who will benefit from receiving your happy thoughts, your thoughts of freedom. And when we talk about happiness in yoga, we're not talking about the kind of momentary happiness that we need. We're talking about deep-seated feelings of joy or bliss. Let's travel along the back of the neck now, up to that bony bit at the back of the ear, all the way round the ear. And let's come to the ear just where the cheekbone is, tapping there. So this area here is where the small intestine starts. Let's travel to the outer corner of the eyes. Now you might be using 2 fingers to tap here. And the outer corner of the eye is for the triple heater. Let's go to underneath the eye. So just here where you might have bags like me, where your cheekbones are. And this area here is where the small intestine travels to. And now let's just go to the top of the eyebrow, the inside corner of the eyebrow, just at the middle here, just for completion. And if you want to trace your tapping back to the corner of your eye, underneath your eye, the inside of your ear, around the top of your ear, to the back of your head, your collarbone, your heart space, Lokaha samasta sukhinu bhavantu. And let's finish that tapping. Let's shake out our hands here. And let's come to rubbing your palms, create a little bit of fire here between your palms as if you're rubbing the fire stick. And now I invite you to place your palms wherever on your body would benefit from the heat, the warmth of this fire. So remember, the element of fire is uplifting energy, that blissful, joyful energy. So place it where you think you may benefit from it. So I'm placing it on my heart. You may choose somewhere else. And allow your body to absorb the warmth of your palms. Over your eyes also feels very comforting and reassuring. Lokaha, samastaha, sukhinu, bhavantu. Take a full breath in through your nose, out through open mouth. Release your hands. Let's come into our very first posture, and we're going to come directly into caterpillar first. So you have an option of using your bolster, your large pillow, rolled up blankets, anything that you need, and let's place that underneath our knees. So relax your feet and toes are relaxed. Lengthen through your spine here. We're going to fold forward, so slide your hands down your legs so that your abdomen, your belly rests on your thighs. You take hold of your feet or your legs and allow your upper body to soften here. Arms are soft, fingers are soft, elbows are soft. Allow your entire body to soften here. So the heart meridian also has a secondary pathway from the tongue down towards the, traveling through the heart space towards the diaphragm. This internal pathway for the heart. So this is where your deep-seated contentment, satisfaction is cultivated. So we know that for joy can come and go, it can rise up, can lower down, but contentment with your life, satisfaction, acceptance, is a quieter feeling that you carry within your heart. Lokaha samastaha sukhinu bhavantu. Planting this intention of your thoughts, words, and actions contributing to your happiness, to your freedom. And your words, your thoughts, your actions contributing to the happiness and freedom of others. One more breath here in caterpillar. And begin to walk your hands back towards your body, uncurling your spine one vertebrae at a time to rise up. I'm going to move into dragonfly. So this is where I invite you to bring in your second bolster or your second cushion. So if you have bolsters here, so take your legs as far as it's comfortable out wide, so creating this V shape. And have them underneath your knees. If that feels too high for you, you can also use smaller cushions or bricks. So that your knees feel a little bit supported and you have a soft bend in your knees. And then let's settle here for a moment. So we can probably feel this extension on the outside of our hips here. Lengthen through your spine. So here, think about this joy rising up within you, filling with bliss. And I'm going to invite you here to fold forward. So if you wish, you can bring your head to rest on a bolster. So I diagonally rest my bolster, and the connection between the earth and the weight of my head hold my bolster in place. Or you can create a little bridge with your bolster if you so wish. That can also be an option if you're worried about it staying in place. So create a little bridge. Sure it's steady, and then rest your eyebrow center on the bolster again. Or you can simply allow your head to hang forward and fold over. So yin, and especially this restorative aspect to yin, is a process of construction. So we deconstruct ourselves physically by constructing props. And I choose to wrap my peace fingers around my big toe. Not having props available isn't, having props is not a necessity. And again here, connect with the heart. The heart is the ruler of the kingdom. It's as if your whole being is governed by this space, the whole kingdom of your body. And if your heart meridian is weakened, is in the depths of sadness or grief or loss, then it can make the entire kingdom feel shaky, insecure, unstable. So this heart space is connected to our emotions. And if our emotions are unstable or in distress, then that sensation and the energy is felt throughout the rest of our being. So we aim to balance the heart meridian by cultivating the practice of the element of fire. One more breath here. Lift your eyebrow center, and if you have a bolster or a large cushion or pillow underneath your head, make sure you move it away safely, and then uncurl your spine to rise up. With helping hands, bend deeply into your knees. Remove your cushions, your pillows. And then let's place our hands behind us and let's windshield wiper our knees one way down towards the earth. So have your feet quite wide. I've got my feet as wide as a mat to give me lots of space. And then let's swing our legs around. We're going to come into tadpole twist. And this is where you can have a blanket underneath your knees. It might add a little bit of comfort. Let's options to take your knees wide, big toes touching, or knees closer together. Find what feels comfortable for you. Place our left fingertips on the earth, just slightly ahead of us. And slide your right arm underneath. And then bring your right ear and shoulder down towards the earth. You have the option of placing a cushion or a pillow there so that you can rest on the cushion or pillow with your ear. That left arm is extended forward, the right arm is folded underneath. In yin, this pose, you'll recognize this as a Parivritta Vilasan, child's pose with a twist, or threading the needle, it's called. In yin, it's often called tadpole with twist. So you can see how you're curled up small like a tadpole. And really reach that right arm forward. So here you can, knowing the meridian pathway, the channel, pericardium, the triple heater, the heart meridian, the small intestine meridians, all run along the arms. The pericardium is the heart protector, called the king or queen bodyguard. So if you regard your heart as the ruler, the king or queen of your kingdom, then the pericardium is the protector. It stands in front and guards your heart space from feelings of depression, low mood. It absorbs the shocks that your body receives, both emotionally and intellectually, cognitively. This is where we often feel pain in our heart, or hurt, loss or disappointment or disillusion. The pericardium protects us. It protects our ability to love others and to receive love. One more breath here. Inhale to turn your head and lift up on your left arm. Slide your right arm out. If you have your pillow, move it over to the left side. Walk your right fingers ahead and let's slide our left arm underneath our right arm. Bring your left shoulder, your left ear onto the earth or onto your cushion. And again, so you should feel a deep extension here in your shoulder, that left arm that's underneath your body. Tadpole twist. So reflect here to a time when you've experienced heartache, when you feel that your heart was broken, or when you've been disillusioned. Think about how your pericardium protected you or kept you safe emotionally. The triple heater, the pair of this pericardium. So pericardium is the yin meridian, the triple heater is the yang. The triple heater activates kindness, compassion, the ability to offer love, give love, share love, even when we have been hurt or disillusioned. The triple heater is also known as the triple warmer, and it helps to regulate our body temperature, but also our emotional temperature. One more breath here. And then lift your right arm slightly, walking it back. And then release your left arm from underneath you. We're going to come directly onto our front in Sphinx with half frog leg. So again, pad your mat, especially underneath your hips and your pelvis. There we go. And have your elbows aligned underneath your shoulders. Your feet can be together or as wide as your mat. I'm going to move my bolster so I have a bit more space behind me. here in Sphinx. Lengthen your crown. Open and lengthen through your sternum, the breastbone. Here is where the pericardium meridian is. When you are settled here, let's bend into our left knee and bring the knee up so it's parallel to the hip. Your left foot is relaxed. Your right leg is extended and reaching behind you. If it feels too intense to be on your forearms for Sphinx, you can come into the crocodile variation by taking your elbows as wide as your mat and bringing your eyebrow center to rest on the back of your hands. So the Makrasan is a crocodile pose variation. The yogi's choice here, Sphinx or crocodile. Keep shining your sternum forward. The heart is the emperor, the supreme controller, and the heart is the fire at the very center of our being, from which our spirit radiates. So we talked previously about the heart mind, the Shen spirit which sits here. Lokaha samastaha sukhinu bhavantu. Connecting with this cultivation of happiness and freedom for yourself and for others. But know that this happiness and freedom is a result of action. Our words, our thoughts, the acts that we perform. Happiness and freedom does not arrive on its own. It requires us to participate, to partake, to take responsibility, to be accountable. One more breath here. Begin to reach back with your left leg. Maybe shake out your hips from left to right here. Let's come on to our eyebrow center just for a moment with your elbows wide. We're going to come into a pose called Advasana, reverse corpse pose. You'll need some space here for your arms. So make sure that your mat is padded here so that you have padding underneath your bony parts of your hips in particular. And maybe you want to have a cushion for your eyebrow center. I invite you to reach overhead with both arms. I'm going to irritate my lovely dog here because I'm stretching out my arms. So stretch your arms as far forward ahead of you as they can reach, feeling that extension underneath your armpits. Your arms are parallel here. So you should feel a lift underneath your armpits, an extension along the side of your ribs. Your eyebrow center is on the earth. Perhaps you have a blanket or a cushion underneath your eyebrow center. So this is reverse corpse. Advasasana. And if you begin to get any sensations of numbness or tingling in your arms here, you can always soften into your elbows a little bit, and that will take away those strong feelings. So you want to have a sensation, but this sensation needs to be a challenge, but not to the point of where it causes you discomfort. And certainly not where you lose sensation or you experience numbness or tingling. So do bend and soften into your elbows and lower them down towards your body so that there's less of an extension in your arms. The small intestine, which is the yang of the heart meridian and small intestine. The heart meridian is the yin, the small intestine is the yang. And this small intestine in particular is responsible for the transformative power of fire, of the summer warmth. It, as we know, if we think about the role of the small intestine as an organ of the body, it filters, it's the filter system. It sorts the pure from the impure. It absorbs all of the nutrients, the goodness of nourishment that we receive. So it draws in what we need and releases and eliminates what we don't need. It brings clarity. So it's a bit like when you see, when gold is being filtered, panning it's called, I think. If you imagine that all of the stuff that's not valuable is filtered out, the gold remains. This is the role of the small intestine. One more breath here in this reverse corpse pose. Lift your eyebrow center. Let's bring your arms back towards you so that you bend into your elbows underneath your shoulders, coming back into Sphinx or crocodile pose. Let's bend into our right knee now. And take our knee so it's parallel to our hip, creating this H shape, the letter H with our legs. Foot is relaxed. So what you'll experience in your body now is probably a little bit of constriction in the left kidney area, in your lower back. And remember, you can come into crocodile variation by taking your elbows wide and resting your eyebrow center on the backs of your hands. This creates more space in your lower back. So by being on our front, on our abdomen, this is where we are creating some stimulation for our small intestine meridian in particular. The element of fire is like an uplifting, upward rising energy. So when we're in Sphinx and our heart space is shining forward, this is a sensation of that uplifting, upward directed energy. So if you imagine the way that a fire burns, how it spreads. Think about what we attach to fire: passion, warmth. So the heart is responsible for love. The element of fire is connected to love. But it's also connected to intimacy, passion. So if you are feeling lethargic, demotivated, uninspired, an element of fire practice can stimulate your sense of vitality, this creative, transformative, uplifting, passionate energy. One more breath here in Sphinx with half drop leg. Let's re-extend that right leg long and bring our eyebrow center to the earth and just shake out your hips from left to right gently for a moment, from side to side here. And then let's walk our hands back up to us. We're going to come, before we transition onto our backs, we're going to move into, let's see, what should we do? Let's do a twist here. So let's come onto our sit bones and bring our legs in front of us. I'm going to do a twist, so I really invite you to have a cushion or a bolster along the length of your mat. So have it along your left side first. So line up your cushion or bolster so that when we come into a lying down twist, a supine twist, you can bring your right knee to rest on top of your bolster or your cushion. So let's come down to the earth. Create lots of space. There I am. And let's hug in our right knee towards our heart space. Let's take that knee towards that right armpit. And then with your left hand, begin to take your right knee over to your cushion or your bolster. With your right arm, you can either leave it alongside your body or you can take it overhead so that your right armpit is open. So that your left hand can stay on your right knee. Your right arm is overhead. If you also wish to bring your left arm overhead, you can do that. But it might mean that you sort of roll back onto your back. So you might want to keep that right knee on your bolster or cushion. See how it feels. It's not the most comfortable to have the left arm overhead as well here. So check out what you need. Fingers are softly curled here. So your arms can have a soft bend in the elbows, or they can be reaching over with a little bit more extension. It depends on how much space you have overhead. So here you can see that we've got this benefit of this twist at the navel for the small intestine. The heart space is open for the heart meridian, the heart organ. With our arms overhead, we're bringing in a sensation to the meridians that travel the arms. Again, if you begin to feel pins and needles with your hands overhead, then bring your arms alongside your body. When this element of fire is out of balance and the chi or prana is not flowing smoothly through these meridians of the upper body, then you can begin to feel impatient, have mood swings, be volatile, perhaps verging on aggressive and angry. Or you can be very fearful and anxious. So the heart and the small intestine call these kind of aggressive mood swings, whereas the pericardium and the triple warmer result more in anxiety and fear. So we want to balance these meridians, and this practice works on all 4 of these meridians. There's a real harmony between these meridians when we bring a practice that's holistic in this way. The heart, mind, the Shen spirit, in which courage and wisdom and our emotions sit, can harmonize. And we can have a conscious reflection of our own heart, the emotional harmony. And if we struggle with our emotions, if we are experiencing disappointment or disillusionment, this is part of the maturing and learning process. One more breath here in this twist to the right. Let's bring your arms back alongside your body, roll onto your back and hug in that right knee towards your right armpit. And then let's take our bolster or pillow and roll it over our body, over onto the right side. Hug in that left knee towards the left armpit. And then roll over onto your right hip and rest that left leg onto your bolster or cushion. That right hand can stay on the left knee, the left arm can be alongside you, or you can take it overhead. You also have the option of bringing your right arm overhead. But again, see how that feels. You want to explore the sensations in your own body. Each of us will have very different sensations. So for me, my shoulders, my upper back, I have a great deal of constriction. I have old injuries. I have curvature of the spine. So for me, extending my arms overhead can sometimes bring about pins and needles. And then I will respond to the messages from my body about what it needs. This is one of my favorite poses. So I have this sense of openness across the heart, a willingness to receive love, a willingness to share love. I feel that the twist in the lower abdomen helps to give me clarity about the needs, the desires of my heart. The heart and the small intestine work together in this beautiful harmony. And this sensation is from which the bliss or joy arises. One more breath here. And let's bring our arms back down alongside our body. Inhaling, let's bring the left knee in towards the chest, perhaps directing it towards the left armpit, hugging it there. And then let's release the left leg long. Now we're going to move into, before we come to Shavasana, I'm going to bring a bolster or a cushion or a pillow underneath our lower back. So lift up your sit bones. If you don't have that, fold a couple of blankets so that you have a little bit of height. So this height, so rest the heaviest part of your body here, your hips and pelvis, on your bolster, your cushion, your folded blankets. Layer up. It can be as high or as low as you like. Even a little bit of height will give you the sensation you want. Now, option here is to extend your legs long. And you'll feel an opening along the front of your body. Your hands can stay resting on your hips here, on your hip flexors, these bony protuberances here. Or again, you can reach overhead with your arms and extend your arms long. This will feel intense on your lower back, so be mindful of reaching overhead. You can also bend into your knees. So I'm just going to move a little bit down so I have a bit more space. And then soften and relax through your arms, hands, legs, feet. Remember, you can bend into your knees at any point. That will ease the sensation if it becomes too intense for your lower back. Make small adjustments as and when you need. Yin is a practice of stillness, but we don't stay still if we're in discomfort or pain. We adjust, we move so that our physical comfort and physical safety is always priority for us. Remember the Sukhasana, ease and comfort, sitting in ease and comfort, Sukhasana. So our pose, especially in Yin, all these poses and shapes that we come into, these asanas, in order for them to be restorative, in order for our posture to be restorative, we want to have some steadiness, some stability, some comfort, some ease. One more breath here. If you have got your legs extended, bend into your knees. Bring your arms down from overhead. And let's take a moment here, moving with great care here. I'm going to roll my bolster from underneath my lower back, my hips and pelvis, wherever it was, and bring it to my knees. I have my arms away from my body like a star. Fingers, palms face up, fingers curl. Let's tuck in our chin slightly. Coming into Shavasana here. If you wish to cover yourself with a blanket, put on some layers, some socks, please do. Maybe place an eye pillow over your eyes. You can also bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your lower abdomen so that you connect with the heart and small intestine. Closing your eyes. Lokaha, Samastaha, Sukhino, Bhavantu. May I be happy and free. May my thoughts, words and actions bring happiness and freedom to others. Lokaha, Samastaha, Sukhino, Bhavantu. Softening here. We'll be here for a few minutes, so make sure that you are cozy and comfortable. That you are warm and cozy. Rest and reset yin is deep medicine for our body, but also for our emotional body. Allow your toes to soften, feet to soften, ankles, lower legs, knees softening, upper legs, hips and pelvis softening, your lower back, your abdomen softening, middle back, chest softening, shoulders softening, fingers, hands softening, wrists, lower arms, elbows softening, upper arms, shoulders, neck softening, jaw, cheeks, cheekbones softening, the brow, forehead softening, back of your head softening, the whole of your body softening. Imagine and visualize the warmth of fire, this warm heat radiating from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes, filling the entire length of your body with warmth. This practice of intimacy with your body brings not only joy and bliss, but friendship, warmth, the capacity to give and receive love. Two more full breaths here. And allow each of these breaths to fill you with warmth, with love, with compassion. Knowing that you are safe and protected by your pericardium, your heart protector. Knowing that you are filled with kindness and compassion by the triple heater. Knowing that your heart expands with joy, that your small intestine offers up vitality. Take a full breath in, expand through your arms and legs. And as you exhale, place your feet on your bolster or your cushion or pillow. Connect there through your feet with the warmth of whatever it is that you've placed your feet on. And then hug your knees in towards you. Roll onto your left side or And using your left forearm as a pillow. Then with a helping hand, when you are ready, come up to a comfortable seat. Perhaps sitting on your pillow, your cushion, your bolster. Bring your hands into your heart. Press your thumbs against the sternum. Lokaha, Samasaha, Sukhinu, Bhavantu. May I be happy and free. May my thoughts, words, and actions contribute to the happiness and freedom of all. Inhale fully into your heart. Exhale through open mouth. Rub your palms together to create some heat, as if you're rubbing a fire stick. And then place your palms wherever you wish to have some warmth, your heart space or over your eyes. Releasing your hands. Let's close our time with Om Shanti. Inhale to prepare. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hands to your eyebrow center. Dhanyavad yogis. Please like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel. And apologies for these dogs who will always bark on a Sunday evening, just to make sure we're still connected.